Hi everybody, I've been planning this video for a long time, so I'm pretty excited to finally be able to do it. I have so much mascara going on in my mascara little holder. This is what I usually hold it in, and you can see it's not that big. It should really only be able to hold about 5 mascaras, and it's gotten to the point now where stuff is like spilling over and I just really need to review this stuff for you guys. So that's what I'm going to do, and in the process I'm going to declutter a few because I really don't need this much, and I love testing stuff. That's what my whole channel is really focused on, is being able to test things for you guys, to give you my opinion on them and all that kind of stuff. So I really want to get some of this stuff out because I have really truly tested all of it and bring in some new things so that I can continue testing mascaras for you. So not one of these is something I absolutely hate, but I am gonna try to do it kind of in order of things that I don't like as much, kind of middle of the road, and then stuff I love. So let's start out with this. This is the Maybelline Great Lash. This is Blackest Black. The reason I even bought this is just because I did the, high school makeup thing. And this is the mascara that I used to use every single day. I can't even tell you how many tubes of this I went through. It's crazy how it was, the thing I used every single day, and now it's no good. It's not any good for me anymore. What this does is it really just makes your lashes black, very black. It gives you just the teensy tiniest little bit of length, like almost none. You don't really get any volume at all, but it does make your lashes black. So that is really the only good thing I can say about this. There are so many other drugstore mascaras that are way better than this one, but that's what I used to use, and this is going to be decluttered. A lot of my mascaras are sample size because for testing purposes, that's all I really need. I don't need to invest a whole lot of money. This I got as a gift with purchase. This is the Guerlain Cils d'Enfer mascara. It says Maxi Lash Volume Creating Curl Sculpting Mascara. I do not think either of those things are true. It is not volume creating, it is not curl sculpting. What this does is it gives you very pretty eyelashes. So it gives you lashes that are lengthened and separated, and that's about it. I mean, and black, obviously. It does go on fairly, like it glides fairly well. I like the brush on it. It has a little bit of a scent, which is weird. Like it smells like roses. Yeah, I don't know why any mascara needs to be scented, but it is. It really requires about 2 coats to get it where you want it to be, and you're not getting a lot of volume. You are getting the length and separation. So if you already have a lot of volume and you just want separated length and lashes, you might like this, but for me, I always like at least a little bit of volume, and that's not what this gives you, but it is pretty. And I am going to be decluttering this one. The next one is from Essence. It is the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I love the packaging on this. It's so cute. It's kind of like an hourglass shape. It's got like the bustier thing going on. This is kind of rubberized, which is actually nice when you're holding it and opening and closing because you get a grip on it. Not that important, but I just thought I'd mention it. I do like the shape of the brush on this one. It's actually like a nice size. I like the length of it. Like it really covers a lot of area when you're putting it on. To be honest with you, I have used this so much. I've probably used this like a good 8 times in the last 3 weeks or so. And every time I use it, I have to make notes on it because I can never remember anything about it. Like it really does not stand out in any way. It's not terrible, except it is bad on my bottom lashes for transferring. When I tried this, it was in a first impression video, and after half an hour, there was like black marks underneath my lower lashes. So that was not good. But ever since then, I've only ever used it on my upper lashes and have not had a transferring issue. I guess if your lashes touch your skin, then you probably want to avoid this. But in terms of everything else, this is kind of like a mascara where it doesn't leave any memorable impression on me. This has a little bit of volume, just a little bit of length. It's kind of middle of the road that way. It doesn't do well with more than 1 coat. It gets really, really clumpy. So I don't know who likes clumpy eyelashes. If you like that, I guess you would like this, but I don't know many people who like really clumpy eyelashes. So It's okay from the drugstore. I think it's about $5 or so, but it's not the best. The next one is from the brand Marcel. This is a Canadian brand. This is the Extension Plus Curl Mascara. It says, I can never tell which one is the name. One side says Extension Plus Curl, the other side says Curling and Lengthening Mascara. So it's a little black tube with red on the bottom. It is a plastic brush that is slightly curled. These bristles are pointy, so it is the kind of thing which hurts a little bit sometimes if you are not careful. This is a little bit flaky. It does hold a curl really well. So it actually helps curl your lashes, and it stays really well throughout the day. So it has that going for it. It is lengthening. It definitely separates. It coats your lashes fully in one coat. It doesn't clump easily, but it does do that thing where your lashes get a little bit crunchy. I just say crunchy because hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Some mascaras, you can touch it after a while and your lashes do kind of, they still move a little bit. You know, they have a little bit of give. Whereas with a crunchy mascara, you touch them and it's just like, they almost feel like they could break if you squeeze them too hard or something. So it does do that, which I don't particularly like. By the end of the day, it can kind of feel dry and that kind of thing. So this is great for lengthening, separating, and curling. If you have very droopy eyelashes, you might want to try this if you're in Canada, but it's not my favorite. I am going to declutter both of these mascaras. This is the Tarte Opening Act Lash Primer. I figured I would throw this in for you. I am putting it kind of in the middle of everything because while I like it for what it does, I'm just not sure that I like lash primers in general. They're okay. I think they do add a little bit of volume or length. No, well, they add a little volume too, yeah. But they mostly add length to your lashes and then you apply a mascara on top. This one is white, which, you know, some lash primers are dark. I don't really understand the point of that. If they're a lash primer and it's dark, why isn't it just a mascara? I don't know. But anyway, this goes on white. You can see it. And I kind of like that because then when you're putting on your mascara, you know, like, you can see it covering it up. Do you know what I mean? So you're not missing any. It's very apparent to where you need to put your mascara. I do like this. I just find it's kind of dry. So it does give me a little bit of length, and I'll use it sometimes with my mascaras that don't give me too much length. But it just kind of dries anything out just a little bit more. And it makes putting on mascara not as easily. Your mascara wand will not glide as easily over your lashes. So I do like it for being a primer. It doesn't flake on me. I like it for that, but I just don't know that I like primers. So I am going to declutter this. Actually, it's going to go on my empties because this is pretty much used up. I've been using this for months now. And I have a few other primers that I just got that I'm going to start testing. This one is fairly new to me. I have tested it a few times. This is the NYC New York Color Lengthening Mascara. It's called Skyrise, which I think is a really cute name for a mascara. Right off the bat, I love the packaging. It's just super sleek. I love the kind of rose gold writing on the black, and I love the brush. This one is kind of similar to the Essence brush. It's very, very long, but the difference is this one, it lengthens, it separates, and it gives you volume at the base, which I really like. This is not the blackest of black mascaras, but it is black. It's not brown or anything. But it's not like as dark. It kind of, by the end of the day, might get a little bit dull looking, if that makes sense. But I do really like this, and I've only used it a few times, so I want to still keep it and give it some more, you know, try it out some more. This works really well in one coat, but when you add a second coat, you get even more volume. It does lose a little bit of separation with the second coat, but if your preference is volume over separation, you might like that anyway. This is like under $5 at the drugstore, so this is a really good drugstore option. The next one is from Benefit. It's their Real Mascara. I have received so many samples of this over the last couple of years, and every time I've tried it, it's just kind of meh for me. I know a lot of people love this mascara, and I do think it does a good job. It just doesn't do anything extraordinary on me. So the bristles are not everybody's cup of tea. They are very spiky. It has kind of that little ball at the end with spikes on it, which is actually kind of good for, like, on me, I have very short hairs on the inner corner, so I like to use it there. And on the outer corner, mine are really hard to reach, so I like that for that as well. It's good for hard to reach hairs, but the spikiness of the wand you can poke your eye a little bit, or you know, like your upper lash line, which does not feel the greatest. I am really impressed with how well this holds a curl. This makes your curled eyelashes stay curled all day, which I really like. I don't really feel like I get tons of volume or length from this, just an average amount, but I do like it overall. I think it's a really good mascara. But I've had this for a very long time, so this is going to go out of my collection. This next one is from Ardency. It is the Monster Big Instant Lash Enhancing Mascara boosted with hemp protein. This is fairly new to my collection. I've had this probably for about 6 weeks or so, and I've been using it a lot. It has a very big lima bean shaped brush, which is nice and full. I really enjoy the brush on this. It fits really well in your lashes. This one I feel like is very similar to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It gives you a lot of volume and a lot of length, but this one is not quite as volumizing as the Better Than Sex. So if you don't like ultra volumized lashes, which, let's say the word clumpy, but in a good way, if you know what I mean, like it kind of gets a little bit thick, but it doesn't look like your lashes are all sticking together. This one does that like a step down, if that makes sense. So it's almost full volume, but not completely. This one is really good for lengthening. It does keep them separated. Like I said, it is not the most black thing in the world, but it's pretty good. This doesn't flake or transfer at all on me, and I do like to use this layered with other mascaras. So if I'm using a mascara, for example, like the Essence one, and it gets too clumpy if I use more than one layer of this, then sometimes I'll go in with this brush and just kind of wiggle it around to separate, and it's really good for that. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this in my collection. The next one is also fairly new to me. This is the Ciaté Wonder Wand. This came with the Chloe Morello set that I did a review on. This brush is shaped very similarly to the Too Faced Better Than Sex. It's that hourglass shape. Actually, I don't think I've ever put them next to each other. Okay, my camera USB card filled up. I've been doing a lot of recording today. So this one here is the Too Faced and the other one is the Ciaté. You can see the Ciaté has the exact same shape, but it is slightly like not as wide. This one is very lengthening. It gives you a little bit of volume. It doesn't give you quite the nice doll-like lashes that the Too Faced one does. It feels a little bit thick when you put it on, but you only need one coat. I haven't had any issues with this at all, but this is still a little bit too middle of the road for me, and because I'm bringing in like a ton of new mascara, I'm just going to get this out of my collection. The next thing is what I use exclusively on my lower lash line. This is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is very, very wide, thin brush, which makes it so good for just fitting in there perfectly. And really, it just gives them a little bit of length, but it makes them black. And the reason I love this is just because it never, ever, ever transfers or flakes on me. And I just love being able to have a mascara for my lower lash line that I know will never give me those little black smudge marks, because, you know, a lot of mascaras do that on me. So I just love that for that reason. I don't know that everybody needs a mascara completely separate, but if you're like me and you want that, this is a great one. So I'm keeping this. But I do need to replace this very soon because this is getting on probably about 6 months now, so I need to buy a new one. My top two are the Too Faced Better Than Sex and the Urban Decay Perversion. I really can't choose between the two of them, even though they are not exactly the same. They do a little bit different things. So the Too Faced, I've talked about this so much recently on my channel. I absolutely love this. I've already shown you the brush, but it's got that nice hourglass shaped brush. It fits so nicely in your lashes. It gives you just such doll-like lashes. That's just how I describe it. It gives you so much volume at the base. They're nice and black and they just kind of flare up, and I just love this so much. There is a difference. You see a difference between this and any other one of these mascaras in terms of how much length and volume you get. So absolutely one of my favorite all-time mascaras. Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. This one, I know a lot of people don't like it, but it is my favorite. I love the brush on this. It's such a voluminous brush, and it's got all those little just kind of bristles everywhere. It glides so easily onto your lashes. This is a very wet formula, so if you don't like wet formula, you won't like it, but I personally love it. This is the second bottle of this I have had. Can I talk? And I will probably continue to repurchase this. This is going on about, well, it was I think the spring BIB sale when I bought this, so I should probably get rid of this very soon. But I really love this. It definitely makes your lashes very, very black, gives them a lot of length. It gives them a lot of volume. You do have to be careful with this because if you put it right at the base of your lashes and do that little wiggle around, it will kind of get up in there and make those little black marks if you're not wearing a black liner. So if I'm going for a natural look where I'm not wearing anything on my eyelids or just very little and no eyeliner at all, I can't use this because once I do that, it will give me those little black marks. So I'm definitely keeping this. This I probably need to keep for about maybe, I just want to keep hanging on to it. No, I really do need to get rid of this. So I'm gonna put this in my empties. So I've really, as you can see, cleared out my collection, but I really wanted to make this video for you guys before I did that. So I hope that it was helpful. So this is all that I'm keeping. So the Ardency In, the Better Than Sex, and my MAC. And I really need to replace the MAC one. So I'm getting rid of 9 mascaras, but I just bought, you'll probably see it in a haul, like a kit that came with 8 minis. So I'm gonna be testing my little heart out, and I still have like a backup drawer of mascaras, even some from like a year ago that I have not opened yet that I really need to start testing. So that's why I really wanted to do this. And if you guys like this, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. And that way I'll know that you'll want to see another video like this probably another 4, 5, 6 months down the road once I've tested all of those. But you guys know I always mention my favorite mascaras in various videos, favorites, and get ready with me's and that kind of thing. So you'll always hear about them, getting updates along the way. If you're wondering what is on my face, I did a get ready with me featuring a whole bunch of new products, like 7 new first impressions, and I will link that if you're interested. So that is it. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.